I'm very pleased that we've reached this point. It's, I think, good news for the public, because it means we will not see the disruption of strike action next week. But I think the offer that has now been made is good for workers, and that's important. Workers across the country are struggling with the cost of living, and I want to see the fairest possible pay deals made. I'm very grateful to the trade unions for their constructive approach to the talks that I convened yesterday, also to COSLA for their constructive approach too, and I hope we now see trade union members accept this offer and we can see the fairest possible pay deal, but also assurance to the public that we're not going to see bin strikes or school strikes over the period ahead. What we have said all along is true. There is no unallocated pot of money, so what we were able to do yesterday, because we know how important it is not to have strike disruption and to give workers the best deal possible, what we've done will require us making decisions to take money from elsewhere in our budget. These will not be easy decisions, and the Deputy First Minister will set out detail of that to Parliament in the coming days. But that's going to be the hallmark of the next period, as we try our best within a fixed, finite budget that is not rising with the rate of inflation. As we try our best to help people who need it most, we're going to have to take really tough decisions. So there is no bottomless pit of money. We're going to have to make choices about how we target our resources to help people who need it most. The Deputy First Minister will set that out to Parliament, but this is not the extra resources we were able to bring to bear yesterday didn't come from some pot of money that's not allocated. We will have to move money from other parts of the Scottish budget. But that's going to be a feature of the next period, of us taking difficult decisions to target help where it's most needed. Now, all of this would be easier for everybody if we had a UK government doing its job. Freezing energy bills, which would help people but also bear down on the rate of inflation, giving more cash help to people who are already struggling, and giving devolved governments more wherewithal within our budgets to protect public services and public sector workers. So my very clear message to the incoming Prime Minister next week is get to work quickly and start taking the decisions that people across the UK desperately need to be taken. The Scottish Government has been trying to facilitate a deal here for many, many days. These are council employees, and therefore it's for local authorities to decide and to make an offer. We've said all along our job is to try to facilitate that, and that's what we have done. And I spent a lot of time yesterday with the trade unions, with COSLA, and I'm pleased that that process was able to bring us to the point of agreement that we're at today. Look, I want to give every public sector workforce the fairest possible deal we can. I'm not like the Tory government who thinks it's a good thing to try to avoid giving workers fair pay rises. I want to give workers fair pay rises. They need them and they deserve them. So within the finite resources we've got, we will seek to negotiate fairly with all public sector workforces. It's not always the Scottish Government that's in the lead position, but we will do our best to deliver fair pay deals, because that's good for workers, but actually having a public sector that is working properly, delivering services, is good for the whole country.